How's it going? Some more. It's politics with Laura here. Oh my goodness. Where did we begin? There's so much going on in politics. And Trump. Oh my goodness. I think Trump. And this is simply my personal thought because I'm looking at what's going on, and I think maybe Trump may be sacrificing his base. I know what you're saying. Hey, politics with Laura. Yo, Laura, check this out. Why are you saying that? Why are you saying that? That right there is sacrilege. That's sacrilege, right? Well, it may be. It really may be. But I'm looking at what Trump is doing. Because, okay, let's be honest. MAGA is a group of people from other different sects of life. Whether if they were former Democrats, whether if they were independent or whether if they were middle of the road Republican, that all came together to form MAGA. So when you say that MAGA is conservative, that is not true. Because conservatives are like, oh, God, no. MAGA is not conservative. No, it's not. You got a bunch of people that run around and, okay, forget about it. I was going to say something stupid. But But MAGA is a bunch of people that come together that have a common interest that they were not either getting from the Democratic Party or whether if you had independent people that are are just to the point to where they're just so sick of politics and look at Trump as anti-establishment. You're like, well, politics with more PWL. What are you talking about? He's nothing but establishment. Really? Really? Keep in mind, Trump is a lifelong Democrat. Everything that he has done was on a Democratic Party, and the Democratic Party did not want him when he first ran for president. So now he's a Republican, and he had to bulldoze his way into the Republican Party and face all types of stuff. You have Lindsey Graham came out and said, "Yo, Trump, check this out. I'm gonna tell you, man. I'm gonna tell you. I remember this. I wasn't a content creator then. I should have been." Lindsey Graham came out and said, "Look, Trump, you better resign." All this noise. You better resign. And if you don't resign, something just may happen to you. What? What? And these politicians have the juice to make you disappear. And the fact, and they do, they have the juice to make you disappear because they do make up the rules, they do write the rules, they do uphold democracy, even though the United States is not a democratic nation, it's a republic. But I digress. So, Trump has been swinging, and the fact that his home base, the Democratic Party, went after him. I'm deviating for a second, but I need to lay this down for you all to get a firm understanding of what the heck is going on. He this guy, this guy. Oh my goodness. They went after him. They impeached him because he looked orange. They impeached him because of his hair. They impeached him for everything. Everything under the sun, they impeached him for. And then even when Joe Biden was president, they still tried to impeach a man who wasn't in office. Tell me, am I lying? Please tell me, am I lying? Did they not do that? They went after him. And after when Joe Biden was in, and that was a complete fiasco, which made MAGA even stronger, made it even stronger. And I got to say, myself, a lifetime Democrat, that I didn't see what I was getting at. Everybody else was getting tangibles but me. But so I understand the MAGA. MAGA. I understand MAGA. I truly do. Now, The one part about MAGA that should not do is wrap itself around an individual, wrap itself around the plan, not the man. And MAGA is wrapping itself around the man and not the plan. And it's going to be disastrous. Now, also, MAGA, you have different groups of people that have different things. And Trump is everything to everyone. Shaky foundation. You're like, PWL, how dare you say that? It's not shaky, it's strong. Okay, let's take a look at this. Laura Loomer's crashing out like crazy. She's doing everything but blaming Trump directly because she knows if she does, she's done. She's done. Oh, how you doing? She's done. She's been crashing out for 2 days. I've been watching her tweets, and as long as the I Real country was high up on the list, as long as the I Real country is getting the U.S.'s attention and support and weapons and all these other things to support the I Real country, it's fine. But when Trump start leaning towards what you call the Muslim Brotherhood, I'm like, what the Muslim Brotherhood? What is that? I gotta look at that. What the heck is that? Right? She's like, oh my God, you cannot do that. You cannot have the Muslims, Qatar. You can't have Qatar having a a military base, an Air Force base on US soil in Iowa. She's going complete crazy, for lack of a better word. Excuse me. I can't believe pollen's still out here. So now because of that, now the other interest, excuse me, the other interest was the Jeffrey Epipen file. They want to know who these sick people are. Now, you had Pam Bondi, Cash Patel, Tim Bargino. You had all these people saying, we're going to get to the bottom of it. We're going to get to the bottom of it. We're going to expose all these sick freaks. And just check out P. Diddy's list. They're on this. I guarantee they're on it too. Right? We're going to get all these sick freaks. We're going to take them to task. We're going to put them under the jail. And you had Trump saying, there's something there. There's something there. There's something there. We got to get him. 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 Well, Pam Bondi was caught on hidden camera saying, oh, the file is on her desk. We're going to do something with it. Just wait. Just wait. There's something there. There's something there. Well, MAGA is like, where is it? Joe Rogan was like, wait a minute. Yo, Trump. Trump ski. I used to say that back in the 70s. Ski. Everything had to ski after it. Trump ski. Come on. Let's go after these people. Bring the list out and we will find them. We will find them like they found Nicole Kidman's dad and took him to task because he was doing stuff to the littles. That happened out there in Australia. All of a sudden, there's nothing. You had what's his name? Oh my goodness, Nick Fuentes. That guy. That guy's a complete mess. But he jumped for MAGA, saying that Trump is a fat, lying Turk. Did he say, I don't want to put anything in his mouth. fat lying something something. He's a liar. He's this, he's that. But these are all the people that use their influence to influence the base to vote for him. Now, Nick Fuentes, along with Kanye West, went to go meet with Trump. And people are like, oh no, not Nick Fuentes, he's a racist. He's a racist. And people are like, yeah, he's a racist. He's a racist. Okay. In a democracy, you can't be a racist. In the republic, you can be anything you want because you have life, liberty, and property. You cannot mess with those things. You can't. But he jumped ship. Now, I keep on calling him Jim. Tim Bongino was ready to leave his position because he's a podcaster. He was former within the federal government or whatever his situation was. He said, I'm leaving. This is not the way it's supposed to be. Oh, this noise. Hold on. Sorry about that. So, so he's ready to jump ship. Back in what is this? October. Look back in June or July when Trump said, "Oh, there's nothing there. There's nothing there. Everything is fine. You know, Biden had it right the first time. He had it right." Well, Kash Patel and Jim Bongino were ready to resign. That's how big it was. That's how big it was. Now, I don't know what Trump said. I don't know what he said. I don't know what he did to smooth things over. I truly don't know. But then they fell in line. And it had a lot to do with Pam Bondi. They were like, not that heifer. Not that heifer. Uh-uh. I can't work under her. I can't do it. But however, they said it's either Pam Bondi or us. Now, keep in mind that Pam Bondi and Kash Patel worked together before, and they had a good working relationship. Now, my thought is, what happened if they worked together before and they allegedly, I guess, were on a professional relationship to where they worked well together? There was no hard feelings, no this, no that. What happened? To where they're ready to resign because of her. Now, keep in mind, I just said that she had the Jeffrey Epipen files on her desk. Now, if they're on her desk, she viewed them. She knows who is who, what is what, when is when, why is why. Now, all of a sudden, it's like, oh, well, everything is fine. There's nothing there, nothing at all, nothing at all. That's not what you told the American people. That's not what you told MAGA. MAGA said, this is what I want. So you have that faction of MAGA that's pissed off. And it's not only these people that I named, but it's also the lesser known people that may not have had a podcast that are like, okay, they're going to do this because he said he's going to make America great again. He's going to do that. Now, let's get to the everyday person. They're like, immigration. Get these illegals out. You have Joe Biden let everybody and their mama in the orthopedic shoes in here trying to get free stuff. We can't afford them. Why can't they build up their own country? Why do they come here and then become, You know, why that? So, it was interesting. It was interesting because Trump said, we're going to go deport everybody. We're going to start in D.C. That's exactly what he did. I checked. I checked. I checked. Since the first month, there were 2,000 people arrested, and 1,600 of them were were people being held for ICE. I need to go back and be able to get that information and then put it up. That was in DC. Okay. So they did that. Now the people were like, go get him. Go get him. We're tired of this stuff. So, people were happy, like, yay, all right, get these illegals, send them out. No. They're bringing down value. They're bringing down value. We got it. We have to do all this extra stuff, and most of them don't even speak English. The first requirement is to speak English, right? That's the first part, right? So then he said he was going to go into these orchids and these plantations, agriculture, going to take all these people and deport them. Now, they had people that would work seasonal, that would come from wherever country they come from, and to work on these farms, plantations, whatever you want to call it. They were working there. So they already had Trump the Crow. Oh, how you doing, Lee? I'm sorry, I'm too busy. So, so, um, so he goes into all these orchids and has ICE go in there, snatching people up, everything like that, and start deporting them. Trump said, and I'm like, squeeze me? Trump said, well, I thought if we deport all these people, that Black Americans would go on back on plantation. What? What? I was like, no, Trump, no, you didn't say that. No, you didn't say that. What the freak are you doing? All these, all these emergency vehicles. What the freak are you doing? Okay. Puerto says, we have here before your ancestors were what? Why did you delete it? We have your ancestors before. I don't know what that last one was, but it's like I think I made a mistake. Let's bring him back. MAGA said no. Hold on. Don't leave me. Don't leave me. Hold on. I can't pause it. So loud. So loud. Don't leave. Don't leave. So, so you have Trump saying, okay, we got to bring these people back. We got to bring them back because Black Americans are not going to go on the field. Hell no. And if you're talking about those are the black jobs, please, please. Did too many hundreds of years on the plantation. Too many. No. So if you have people who wish to do it, let them do it, but let them do it through the visa the way they already have everything established. Now, Trump did something that I thought was quite interesting. And Ron DeSantis, I'm going to add him to the mix. Um, Trump went after, man, who did he go after? I can't remember the name of the plantation, but he arrested some people. He said, no, you cannot hire people that are illegal. That goes against federal law because you want to bring down not pay people what they're worth. You want to pay people $2.50, and that's not even enough to get on a bus or train. Okay, so hiring them to do that, and they're happy to do it. You're like, oh, hey, that I've never seen that kind of money before. Now, before you say PWL, how dare you? Different economies, different economies. The U.S. has a larger economy, has more natural resources, has different things than other countries do not have, and plus are well established. Now, I will say, if you stand up and fight your country for what you need, then you would be in a better off position, like we do. Americans, we fight our government all the time, and because we fought to get it like this, now you want to be that NBA girlfriend at the last moment when he signed a $30 million contract, and now you want to be his wife. It don't work like that. You got to be the girl from the beginning as she's learning the craft. That's what we did. We were there all along. So, just putting that out there. That's it. Now, so now you have MAGA screaming, no. You got to get everybody. You got to get everybody because now I see, especially I look around and I've seen something that I haven't seen so much of before. I see a lot of homeless white people, and I gotta go down to the place where I know they are and videotape it so that you can see what I'm talking about. So illegal immigrants are not only messing with Black Americans as far as their jobs. Now they have reached to white folks. It's like, oh heck no. You can't do that. So that right there is a huge problem. Now you may say, hey, politics with Laura, you're being racist. I'm just telling you the truth. Now, if you don't like the truth, that's on you, but not a racist. Because I have no power to exert my prejudice and my bigotry. I have no power to do it, nor do Black Americans have the power to exert whatever power that, as far as with bigotry and prejudice. Zero. Okay? It's just the truth. So now it's quite interesting. I think I'm going to venture out into Maryland so that right around the DMV area, go to different spots just so that you can see. Just so that you can see. But back to what I was saying. So yeah, the MAG is upset on that. Now, you have another section, business people who voted for Trump because they're MAGA are pissed off about these tariffs. Now, what I thought was quite interesting, this was interesting, that I'm like, ooh, okay. I didn't see that one coming, right? The farmers, the farmers in Arkansas, Minnesota, and other places who grow soybean. Now, most of their money is made with the Red Dragon country, and Trump and the Red Dragon country, or Xi Jinping, are going back and forth and throwing tariffs on each other. But then, Xi Jinping had this knockout punch. I'm like, I didn't see that one coming. When Trump said, yo, Xi Jinping, check this out. You got to pay some tariffs because this money, the people getting hit with income tax, our American people should not pay income taxes because because we buy a lot of the products that we produce over there that comes over here. So we are basically building your economy through manufacturing, and a lot of our businesses are over there, paying your people, bolstering your economy, and you need to pay some. I'm like, okay, U.S. companies are over there in China manufacturing things and send back over here. I'm like, damn, Bill Clinton, you did that stuff, you rickety, raggedy dirtbag, right? But I was thinking, because I remember the North American Free Trade Agreement. I remember that. I remember NAFTA. I remember that. And I remember how people were saying, don't do it to manufacture here in the US. You're going to screw yourself in the long run. because you never know if you're going to have a good relationship with that country. How right they were. Bill Clinton, scumbag. Well, it didn't turn out too well. So now Xi Jinping is fighting back, saying, well, we're going to place taxes and fees on you, on the shipping. Oh my goodness. It goes through everything. Oh my God. You know, a piece of bread is going to cost $10. Watch. I mean, it's going to be crazy. And soybean is used so much. So now, the Red Dragon countries are like, we're not going to buy your soybeans. We're not going to buy them. We're going to go to Brazil. We're going to go to some other country that makes it. Yeah, it was nice working with you U.S. farmers, but your president is a scumbag, and we're mad at him, and we're going to crush him. I'm like, oh my goodness. So MAGA is like beyond pissed off. Like, what the F are you doing, Trump? What are you doing? You're supposed to be making America great. You're not supposed to take us back to the 1950s. What are you doing? So you have MAGA that are splitting. Now you have the people. There's two types of MAGA, okay? Two types. MAGA that is strictly Trump. It doesn't matter. You can go across the street, fall down, knock some old lady over. She rolls across the street and she breaks her leg. It's okay. It's Trump. It's all right. He gets a free pass, right? They're all for Trump. And then you have those people who are not for Trump, but are for what he's going to do for them. So you have people that love Trump, and you have people that are with Trump because they get something out of it. So the split is over here. The people that are trying to get something from Trump, right there. And it's mostly economic. And the first casualty, oh my goodness. I mean, I knew when you had Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy, Vivek didn't even get to the White House. He didn't even step in Doge. You can't make this stuff up. Okay, Vivek, he messed his own self up because he basically said, "Yo, white people, you're stupid." That's exactly what he said. Oh my God, I couldn't believe he said it. He said, "Well, Americans, two types of Americans, black Americans and white Americans, but still Americans, and we're hyphenated." He said, "Well, you spend too much time watching St. Elsewhere or Friends, whatever you use. You spend too much time playing football. You spend too much time rapping. You should be studying. You're not studying the way Asians do. You study, 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 study. You don't do that. So we need H-1B visa because you don't have, excuse me, you don't have the infrastructure or you don't have the people to take on these jobs. So we need to bring Indians over here. We need to bring um, Asians over here to do these jobs because Americans are not smart enough to do it. Even though, even though that they received their education over here by people that are Americans that have several generations here that are teaching the people to be engineers. Now, my thing is this. I was like, hey, Vivek, let me ask you a question. If you have all these talented people in India, let me ask you, why is India in a shambles? That's all I want to know. That's just I want to know because what you're saying and what India is are two different things. Why are you outsourcing your people? Don't you want to keep your people in to build up India? Does it make sense? Look, hey, look, come here. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't. America, America or Western countries would not let their talented go to another country to build up another country and not build up their country, home country first. No, but other countries do that crazy stuff. It never made sense. Unless if you want to add espionage and all that other stuff, then I get it. But other than that, it doesn't make sense. So when Vivek came out and said that, he was X'd automatically. Then Elon Musk didn't read the room. Oh my god! Elon Musk was having fisticuffs, and I think it was with Marco Rubio. So Elon Musk comes out with his eye black, and I thought, did Amber Heard come to the White House and rough him up? Because Amber Heard, she was giving him left and right. You can't make it up. But he came out and said, hey, Americans are basically lazy. Oh, Steve Bannon said, hey, we got to look at his application. I think he lied somewhere. He needs to be take away his naturalization and then deported. I'm like, oh snap, oh snap. Hold on, please don't leave me. Don't leave me. You dummy, move out the way. This is where you get your driver's license from. Kids are us. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's a bad video. so, so once he said that, he's on his platform on Twitter, or should I say X, and you got a MAGA like, hey, you South African. I was like, oh my goodness. I mean, it was for me. Okay, for me, I have a great sense of humor. Americans were giving him left and right. He said, well, and they knew that the person who was bigging up Elon was Elon. Like, hey, he is kind of good. He's a nice guy. Blah blah blah. That. So like he's a South African. I was like, and then you had what's his name? Steve Bannon saying the same thing. Now they're like, Steve Bannon, you're a racist. Like, I'm watching all this stuff, and I'm like, oh shit, MAGA. It has its cracks. It's starting to crack. Oh man. I'm like, oh my goodness. So you have all this fighting going on. How can I play this right here? What's going on? Okay. Alright, trying to put that thing down. Okay, whatever. Well, you have all this internal fighting going on within the Trump administration. Then you have the donors and the people that are benefiting are fighting. Then you have the regular MAGA on this side that simply, is strictly Trump, and they're fighting. And now you have all these fisticuffs, and everybody's fighting all over the place, and MAGA is fractured. Now, the one question is, can he stop the fighting? And I'm going to say, I think he can. And this is how he can do it. One, first thing is the Jeff Epipen. You promised that. So do that. Do that. Two, my opinion. Man, this wind. Okay. Forgive I look a little crazy, but I want to stop there. Okay. So, two, the tariffs. Find a way for us not to pay income taxes because we shouldn't. The founding fathers didn't want that, but then you have some greedy dirtbags that want to put that in back in 1913, 1914, at the establishment of the Federal Reserves. You scumbags sold us out. Okay, so from there, find a way to what?
What? Who's that doing?
I'm live.
That's that just remember the bunch of that?
I'm live streaming. Black.
I know.
That's his name. That's his name. That's his name. Okay, so once he does that, then he can stop majority of the MAGA being splintered. So the big one is the Jeffrey Epipen. That right right there's the big one, and the second one is the tariffs. Now the others I think will fall into place because then the donors will be satisfied in certain ways as he cleans up other areas of the promises that he has made. So with all that being said, that is my opinion where MAGA has been fractured. Oh my goodness, what are your thoughts? Man, there's so much noise out here. This wind. I don't want to look crazy out here having my jacket up to block the air or the wind. Still air, but anyway. But I see that. But I think in the long term, if he does keep this up, I truly believe in the long term, it's going to hurt now. It's going to be devastating now, but it would even out later. I don't know how long later would be. It's going to put a strain on the economy. It's going to put a strain on people's jobs. People are going to be losing their jobs. Um, Let me see. Squared says MAGA can disagree on things and still be MAGA. You're absolutely right. There is no alternative. Okay, no, you're absolutely right. I don't know when you came in, but but I had explained where it fractured. How you know? So it fractured in a couple of different places, and the people that are MAGA because they get something out of Donald Trump, and then the other part of MAGA who follows Donald Trump, because there are two MAGAs, two sections. The the ones that get something out of it, and the ones that don't. Like I said, Laura Loomer has been crashing out for the past couple of days since the 10th. I mean, oh my goodness, she been crashing out big time. I'm like, whoa, she did. I mean, you had Nick Fuentes says, "You fat pig, you." Nick Fuentes. Oh my goodness, it is too funny. It is too hysterical. But I do agree with you. MAGA can disagree and still stay together. You're absolutely right. But you got to see which part of MAGA you're talking about. Or is it the ones that are getting something tangible from Trump? Or is it the ones that follow Trump just because he's Trump and he's going to do something to make America great? So, which one do you mean? Oh my, that's so dirty. And I gotta say, it's quite interesting, but I do believe in the long run, all this noise, I do believe in the long run, it's going to be devastating for our country. I was dying. Stick on me, stick on me, stick on me, stick on me. I should have went down the street. but but I truly do believe it will work itself out, but it's going to be devastating on the economy. Now, before Trump got in office, you did have some big companies that were filing for bankruptcy that are going out of business, like Sears, J.C. Penney's, all these big legacy companies that were laying off people. So this hemorrhage, excuse me, happened before Trump, but Trump is getting blamed for it. And I get it. Look, I keep on telling people, Trump gets blamed for global warming. He gets blamed for women getting fat. He gets blamed for everything. And he's an easy person to blame because he's blunt. And not many people can take somebody telling you exactly what it is. That is it. Well, he didn't say it the way I wanted to hear it. And that's the unfortunate part. People saying things and being blunt, and people not receiving it because they didn't say it the way they want to hear it. Hey, you're dealing with a New Yorker. He's a New Yorker, okay? He's from New York, so expect it. Expect it. I still got it. I still got the accent. But there's a big crack. Now, there are going to be some people leaving, and they're like, I'm going back. I got to find a Democrat or somebody else. Now, they were looking at Ron DeSantis to take over, Trump. We can't trust him. Let's get Ron DeSantis. Well, Ron DeSantis, he got he got slobber knockered by Gavin Newsom. Oh my goodness! A 10th grade debate team individual could have slobber knockered Gavin Newsom. It is embarrassing that Ron DeSantis got beat that badly by Gavin Newsom. A knockout punch was simply you have 10 cities in California. That is it. Knockout punch. That's all Ron DeSantis had to say. Now, the fact, and I said this before and I'm going to say it again, now that Ron DeSantis' wife is considering running for governor, the hell all the damn noise? Of Florida, and you have uh, Byron Donalds, Byron, it's embarrassing on so many different levels that the woman hasn't even officially threw her threw her hat in the game, and you all are neck and neck. You're out there campaigning. You're out there campaigning hard. Yeah, vote for me. I'm the only one out here, but vote for me. And you got people putting their hat in for Mrs. DeSantis. You can't make this. You can't make it up. You can't make it up. Byron, I would say leave. Leave. Just do it. Just do it. You have embarrassed enough, and plus, Donald Trump is not going to give you the ring, the kiss on the ring, whatever you call it. I don't know. But you're not going to get it. You're not. Wait a minute. Let me see. Boo Man, Boo Man. Vince will still be the Republican nominee. Well, that's kind of hard to say. He has to get the nominee. So you have other people because if not, you're going to wind up with a Kamala Harris who didn't get the nomination, but it was given to her, and she had everything on a silver platter, and still she still. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! She still look. She still lost. Oh, it couldn't have happened to a nicer person. Yeah, true. Yeah. So I would say JD Vance is in an excellent position. I would say that he has to be careful how he packages things because if he's going to run for president, he's going to have to reflect on Donald Trump. And he has to be careful how he says things now. He has to be careful how he executes things because if that is his goal, because Donald Trump is not going to just give him anything. That is people like Donald Trump. How can I say? are in the game, in the love of the game. He loves the game. He loves the highs and lows. He loves the fight. And he could simply retire, but I think if Donald Trump were to retire, it would kill him. He's one of those people, he needs to be out there fighting that good fight, making that deal, getting one up here, doing this, doing that, and just, you know, that's Donald Trump. But JD Vance cannot expect to be given anything, especially the fact that he was saying some raggedy stuff about Trump and then he took the ring. So you got to stop and look at JD Vance like, you were just calling him a no good dirtbag and now you're over here kissing the ring. Which one is the real you? Which one? Which one? So he got to be very careful because he was over there talking smack on this side, but now he's kissing the ring on this side. So the nomination, him getting it, him having to be very careful how he maneuvers because we voters, we look at you, especially those of us who really stop and you said this here, but you did this, so you flip flop. You did this here, but now you're doing this over here because you said you weren't going to do it. So that right there is a split of MAGA and how JD Vance will. I'll tell you this much, I would love to see JD defend Gavin Newsom. Oh, that would be, I would love to, oh my goodness. I'll have my popcorn, I will have my grape juice, I don't know, maybe tea, sweet tea, I don't know, I haven't quite, or maybe water, I don't know, but I would watch it. Oh my goodness. I don't watch many debates because I'm like, this is some dumb stuff. I mean, why did you say this? What? And then I'm in there screaming at the TV, why did you say that? Yeah, yeah. So I'm just like, but man, this pollen is really kicking my butt. Let me show you what a pollen is. It's kicking my, not only there, but it's right here. It's getting me. The pollen is getting me. But I'm glad I came out here and I'm glad you all are here listening to my 2 cents and my analysis on what's going on. Please like, subscribe, help me out here. I'm trying to grow while demonetized. Yeah, yeah, yeah. YT is most definitely penalizing me for putting the truth out there. But I will tell you this. I will tell you this. I know many of you don't know it, but I made a video about it about 3 years ago. Look up the Alfalfa Club. Check that out. Alfalfa Club. Check that out. It's in DC. The last week of every January, they have a meeting or a soiree, whatever you want to call it. Check it out and see who has not been invited. Okay, I'll tell you, I said it before. Donald Trump has never been invited there. George Bush has been invited, George Bush Jr., Barack Obama, Biden was invited, but he didn't go. I don't know, but I think he was there as senator. Elon Musk was there. Okay, he did the after party like 3 years ago. So there's a whole, because Trump. Look, Trump is surrounded by people that have vested interest to maintain what's going on, and he's looking at what's here, what's there, and he's literally fighting his way while everybody's calling him this and that. And most people don't know. They don't know. They don't even bother to research. They just take what somebody else says and then they run with it as if they got the fountain of youth. I mean, I got the fountain of information. I got it right here in my head because somebody told me. Crazy stuff like that. But um, I think, and I'm saying I think because it could go either way. You know, I think Trump is going to have many more horrible days before the good ones do come for what he's doing for it to pan out. And I think it will pan out. Not because I'm a Trump supporter. No. I'm an independent and I look at who's doing the better job now. They say, wait a minute, politics Valara, PWL, what? You say he's doing a good job? Well, you have good moments and bad moments. You don't always have good moments. I mean, the stock market goes up and down, up and down, up and down. So he's going to do things that go up and down, up and down, up and down. So, having said that, hey, put something down in the comment section. Like, subscribe, support me. Please, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, Politics with Laura. I need all help by being demonetized by these dirtbags. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for subbing. I appreciate that. Thank you, Boo Man, Boo Man, Boo Man. I'm sorry, I haven't had my coffee yet. I'm kind of like big time stupid right about now. Okay, so thank you for being here and thank you for stopping by. Bye bye.